I guess it helps if I actually start the camera. Good morning. I'm Greg. Welcome to the Daily Bible Wrap Up. Last episode, and I'll explain why it's the last episode, at least for now, in just a moment. As you might be able to tell, I'm kind of sweating a little bit here. You might have also noticed that yesterday there wasn't an episode. Um, so, what happened is Wednesday, middle of the day, I started to feel ill. After 3 years of not catching any sort of flu bug, within a month, I got it twice. So, it's kind of odd how that happens, but it does. And so yesterday, I was completely, utterly out of it and was not able to I wasn't ahead in recordings on the Daily Bible Wrap-Up, wasn't able to get the recording in, couldn't function at all, so I apologize for that. Um but it also got me to realize a few things. First of all, one of the reasons why I'm doing this live, I usually do recordings, but I was planning to record this, but I wasn't able to get the recording done in time for 7:15 Central, which is when I would usually do this. And I'm one of those people that want to keep on a schedule and all of that. Um, I'm still under the effects of whatever that little flu buggy thing was. I'm certainly a lot better today. I was able to come into the office, obviously, for just a little bit today. I'm going to head back home soon, I believe. Um, but my plan had been to continue for the rest of the year. I felt like I had completed my with obedience what I was asked to do. It's probably the best way to say it as far as the daily Bible wrap up goes. I took what I thought was the nudge. I worked with it for quite some time. Ended up doing this on a daily basis and learned a lot of things. First of all, I will say this, that it's an awful lot of work to do this on a daily basis. It just seems like that you're just reading for a few minutes. And in some ways that's true, but there's the scheduling, there's the software involved, there's just the act of going through it. And while it's not much every day, it does add up and it does take a toll sometimes. And I did try to get ahead usually and ended up missing an episode yesterday. So saw that as an indication that I should wrap it up. And part of the indication for that too is that I realized that, as I just said, that I had completed my obligation, if you will, of obedience. Probably the best way to say it. But I'm Type A, and I'm OCD. It's like I wanted to finish up the year because even though I didn't start the year by doing it every day, I wanted to finish up the year again because I wanted to. And this illness has made me realize that I'd gotten to the point with the daily Bible wrap up that I was doing it more for me. And this is what I want to do. And I'm like, whoa, this is a blessing. I'm being taught a lesson right now at this point in time. I need to take a step back. Now, I've always said that the daily Bible wrap up will probably come back in some way, shape, or form. I would like to probably take the next year off and look at certain other projects and such, but thinking about looking at doing it a full year in 2025. Certainly, I've laid the groundwork for it, which is good. I understand now what it takes. All of this stuff has been a learning process, and I appreciate all of your patience that you learned along with me. Um, I do hope that this has helped some folks along the way. My main purpose has always been not that you listen to this podcast or you watch this podcast, but that you be in the Word every day and that you let the Spirit guide you in the Word every day. And I encourage you to do that still going forward. You don't need a podcast. You don't need somebody else to tell you to do that. You don't need to listen to someone else. You just need a Bible, yourself, and an open channel to the Holy Spirit. That's all you need. And you can do an awesome job there getting to know the character of God. When I do come back with it, I do want to come back with more of a plan on how I'm going to do it. Again, this has been ad hoc learning along the way, and it's not going to be 2024 as far as I can tell. I think I said it'll be no earlier than 2025. But I have learned other things along the way. One of the things that I learned, which I found rather interesting, was the engagement on LinkedIn. Now, I only added this to LinkedIn about 2 months ago, and as expected, I did have negative feedback, but only one, which was interesting. I expected a little bit more. And I mentioned that on the podcast sometime back. And as expected, I did lose some followers, but it was rather interesting. It was less than what I thought. I was expecting to lose 2%, which would have been a little more than 100. I probably lost about, because of this initiative, probably about 50 is my best guess. So, and that's okay. I understand that, because you don't want to constantly be seeing, hey, Greg Schaefer's live daily Bible wrap up and all of that every single day. Plus, you always see Greg Schaefer live for the security podcast. And, at some point in time, you get tired of seeing, hey, Greg Schaefer's live. I get it. I understand. But what that showed me, though, what I was getting to at LinkedIn, is that there was a lot more engagement than I thought. And it showed me that there's a hunger in a secular career platform like LinkedIn to talk more about faith. And so I've got some ideas for some other projects going forward for 2024 that may or may not involve something with that. But I did find that interesting. I didn't expect the level of engagement on LinkedIn that did occur. So that's about it. I have enjoyed this process. I wrote down a little bit of basic notes here about what I wanted to talk about. But as I said, I'm still a little loopy, still getting out of the illness. And I hope that this has been a blessing for you. And if it has, please let me know. My email is in the show notes. And I've enjoyed you being with me these past several months. And if there's anything I can do to help you on your faith journey, please, like I said, contact me. But this isn't the end. This is just the end for 2023, maybe until 2025. But my prayer for you is that you continue to be in the Word every day, invite the Spirit into your readings so that you gain the full experience. Don't just read the Bible as a check the box compliance thing. Yay, I'm getting through my yearly check the box thing. I guess in some ways that's what the podcast started to become for me, and I have to learn from that as well. So continue to do that. And as always, my prayer for you is that you walk by the Spirit. Take care.